I look at the build pictures, I can't put the two things together. It feels like they're two different properties.
When you're working through the process of it being on site and you spent months designing it, and then you're very, very much focused on the details, I don't think I had probably given Phil and Deb full credit for that vision that they had for how the garden was going to be so prominent.
There's always an emotion you feel at the end of a project, which is a little bit of relief, but once you get past that, there's just a real pride.
People who have been walking past for so many years are now walking past going, what you've done with this place is incredible. You've created something in the city that people really appreciate.
I think I'm just immensely proud. Choking up, going. I'm really excited to see Object Space Place on a personal level, but on a professional working relationship level, I'm anxious for their feedback to check in that we've done a good job. When we were in the design phase of the project, everything was considered. What we're now having to do is consider how we navigate actually operating the restaurant.
Because there's got to be a balance between our mission and actually having customers that are comfortable with that. So that messaging for us was important, so that people understood why we weren't putting napkins on the table or understood why we didn't have heating outdoors.
The brand is so important because it essentially tells the story of the restaurant. Everything that Phil and Deb are doing with their mission here is about how we communicate that to the customer.
We're very sustainability focused. Wastage, we use as much as physically possible. Obviously we're using our garden as well as local suppliers to really keep delivery miles down.
This building was never designed to be a restaurant.
It didn't want to be either. It did fight. As a bungalow, it did fight. It's got character, and by definition that means you have to work with something.
It isn't over-designed, and I think the quality of the materials come through and the thought behind the selection of the materials comes through. It's a bit more zoomed out, and it's about the process and thought that was behind all of those things, and they kind of come together in a whole.
There is a very holistic approach to sustainability which picks up on this idea of circular economy. That's been the big win here, is building this space that feels like it's a temple for that sort of idea of circular economy.
Cooking with fire is something new for me. You get so many flavours, textures, even aromas from things. It just all gives different results, and it's very, very exciting.
There's a smoked baked potato on the menu that there's a lot of very, very good feedback all the time.
A baked potato has no right to taste that good. So I don't know what they're doing, but it's magic in the kitchen.
It is magic.
At the moment we are operating a seasonal business essentially. I would hope that within a couple of years our extensions would be here, and we'll be operating fully 12 months of the year.
But why I think it's going to be interesting now is how this area is developed. I wonder if it is going to be as simple as actually just adding the extension to the building that's there now, or whether we need to rethink that.
Every measure we took had to be considered. There's no way we've finished.
I don't think we'll ever
we're always going to get, we can always improve.
By not cutting the corners, it just shows that effort at every level. You could avoid doing all these plants. You could have avoided, having some of these, beautiful tables or changing some of the material finishes.
I mean, we've made bad decisions, but bad decisions are only that because of hindsight. It's never helpful to look back and go, oh, if only we'd done that. We have done this, and we've done it in the only way we knew how to do it.
As human beings, you create trust, and people trust that. And if they see that you've put this much effort into building this structure outside, imagine how good their food is.
We often say the world doesn't need more restaurants, it just needs more good restaurants, and I think that's pretty much what we did.
It's the opposite of synthetic, it's the opposite of processed. That kind of basic humanity is what they've set out to achieve here and celebrate and make special, and it's just awesome.
Just very proud of what we've achieved and what change we've created visually, not so much systemically at the moment, but we've created a beauty spot, and I'm really proud that we've achieved it.